Yo everyone, welcome back to the 1973 Datsun 240Z rebuild. I think this is episode 3. We are in the container garage today, not outside working on the car, because today we're going to be stripping down the old suspension, removing the calipers, the brake pads, the discs, the drum brakes, everything, sanding everything back, cutting the springs and welding on the new ones. So we've got a lot to do, but as soon as this is all sorted, we can go back on the car, we can tighten everything up and put it back on the ground. So yeah, let's waste no more time, let's get straight into it. Can we just take a minute though to appreciate the container garage? Like bro, it's looking so good. The lights have stayed up since the first time we installed it. If you've seen that video, it's just, bro, so long ago, but I do love this container garage. Let's get straight into the video that I'm stripping down the suspension. To start with, we're working on the front suspension. I have actually got a whole setup this time. I've had some nice lighting, a nice table that definitely is going to function as a table and doesn't have a massive gap through the middle of it. Just get the first suspension strut on the top of here and we can start stripping it down. So we finally got the suspension on the table. It is really heavy, surprisingly. I do apologise how bright it is. I've got a light here and here, and also if it's echoey, it's because I'm in the container. But let's get straight into it. We're going to remove this ball joint first, and then we'll probably move on to the caliper, then the disc. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, look how nasty this ball joint is, man. I'm glad we've got new ones, obviously. We've just got to undo this castellating nut and put it back onto the car itself, rather than put it on the suspension here. So I'm going to do this off camera, but just know this has been done. So the bit that I want to remove the most next is probably this whole caliper. I don't know if it's just these two bolts or I need to do these two. I'm going to go off a whim and just undo these. It wants to come off. Look how disgusting this caliper is. That's actually grim. That needs a good clean, that does. Alright, now we've got the caliper off, let's work on getting this spacer off, and then the disc off, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, I don't know what happened here, the audio seemed to fail, but I think I was waffling about how these brakes are captive rotors, and in order to remove the brake disc and the brake shield so that we can cut behind it on the actual strut, I'm going to have to remove this hub, the wheel bearings, and hammer out everything, but you'll see me do that in the next clip. It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's a first for me, and so I was pretty scared doing it, but once I got it done, it wasn't too bad. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next clip when we're doing that. This is scary. This feels important. This feels like I shouldn't just put it down, do you know what I mean? I feel like this is somewhat like... what do I do with it? This is the thing, man, like this. Just do it, bro. I would never have thought I'd be able to do this, but I'm just doing it. I'm trying not to snap any bolts, and it seems to be going well so far. But I feel like I should be protecting the spindle, and all these, like, this is the bearing. Look, I can't get the bearing dirty, can I? This is just scary, man. I don't understand what's going on.
Two hours later. Many hours later.
Mate, I've been cutting for like 20 minutes or so. Not super long, but it's off. Like I saw it come off and I was like, oh my god, I've done it. Alright. Oh my god, I've actually just done it. Like, That's okay. There's a bit of damper juice in there, but forget the damper juice. That's insane. Look. Yo, so before we continue the video, I thought I'd take a minute. Like, we've still got lots to do. We've got to chop 3 more suspension bits and then weld them all, and that's going to be this video. But that's actually insane. Like, bro, I've been into the Datsun since I was like 12. I don't even earlier, bro. I don't even remember when I didn't like the car, and then when I was like, yo, this is insane. And then a man like me who has no idea on how to work on cars. And now it's come to a point where I've been able to chop my own suspension up and be like, yo, I'm just going to do it by myself. Like, obviously, Ed always helps me out. Thank you so much, Ed. And like, I know you're going to come over and help me with the rest, but I thought, you know what, I'll try it myself. And I don't know how, but it's happened. And it's just crazy. Like, I'm not being like Mr. Positive, but bro, like, if you just want to do something, just go out and do it, man. Like, you'll surprise yourself. It's insane. But yeah, enough of this. I'm just going to have a little sit down now. A little tidy up. I've spilled damper juice all over, look, literally, I've spilled damper juice everywhere. I'm sure it's not like important. Look how much damper juice there is. What even is damper juice? Is it flammable? Yo, if it's flammable and I'm chopping the suspension and bare sparks are coming off and it ignites. It didn't ignite though, so I'm assuming it's not. Anyway, damper juice on the floor, suspension has been chopped up. Look at it. That's yeah, I've now chopped 2 of the fronts up. I've just realised, yeah, look at this damper here. There's a black shroud on it, and this one just doesn't have it. And then I was like, let me have a look over here. This one's way thinner than this one. At the end of the day, I have to chop them both anyways, because I have to shorten them so that I get more adjustment on the suspension itself. So when I chop them, I'll just end up pulling that extra out, and it will be sound. But yeah, let's move on to the rear suspension now. That look good. Oh no, battery died. No, battery's dead. Ooh. Nice. Ow! Safety first, bro. Safety first. Very protective gear. Protected it. Etienne has successfully chopped the first rear spring. Dropped. We're now going to move on to doing the others. We're going to finish them and then we'll be back when we're prepping them to get welded. So we've got to sand them all down and notch out part of one of the suspension, but you'll see that when we do it. So see you in the next clip when we are preparing the suspension.
Yeah, for extra strength we decided we're going to put some plug welds in as well. So obviously we sanded them down, and what you see us doing here is drilling a hole through the suspension tubes that will just literally put some plug welds in. You'll see it when we finish it, but yeah, that's what we're doing here.
So yeah, as you can see, we've welded the suspension. It's been a crazy journey to get to this point. I'm just very happy that we've done this. This was like the scariest part of the build for me. But I've realised what I've done. I've messed up here. Because I've thrown bolts around everywhere. There's bolts in the toolbox, there's bolts on the floor, there's bolts on that chair, and I have no clue where they go. So putting this all back together is going to be a bit of a pain, but we'll get through it anyways. Also, shout out to Demon Tape for passing us the new nitrile gloves. I accidentally grabbed an orange box, so in the next video I'll probably be wearing orange gloves, but we're going to get the black ones anyway, so thank you so much. Make sure you go buy your Demon Tape stuff. I think there's only a couple more things left to do in this video. The thing I want to do is mock up what it would look like with the actual struts on if I grab one. But yeah, there you go, there is one suspension leg. It is extended all the way, obviously it will be slammed on the car, but it's been a crazy journey to get to this point. I'm very, very happy. Oh yeah, future me here. I just realised I never really showed everyone the suspension themselves, or the weld, but here we go, these are the welds. Like, the welds are blessed, we've got plug welds on either side for more strength. Obviously, it's these ones and these ones, not very focused. Pretty much that is it for this video. Come back for next week when we are installing the sway bars, I think. Once we have the sway bars installed, we're going to be getting these suspension parts, putting them back on the car and dropping the car on the floor. So in 2 weeks' time, the video that you will see is us putting the Datsun on some wheels and it will be back on the floor. So I can't wait to do that. Thanks so much for watching and coming along for this journey. Like, bro, it's been insane. And obviously if you want to support, go check out the shop, inzane.com, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.